If you can't see it, you'll never have it. Earl Nightingale said, "Picture yourself in your mind's eye as having already achieved this goal. See yourself doing the things you'll be doing when you've reached your goal." Most people think success starts when they finally get what they want. The truth? Success only starts when you become the person who already has it, long before it shows up in your life. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'm going to take you on a journey, one that will show you exactly why you've been stuck and how to unlock the vision that changes everything. You wake up every morning and tell yourself, one day I'll be free, one day I'll have the money, one day I'll find love, one day I'll finally live the life I dream of. And yet, every day looks the same routine, same frustrations, same restless hunger gnawing at your chest. Why? Because you're living life as if the goal is out there, somewhere in the future, far away, always on the horizon, but never in your hands. This is the trap of chasing what you cannot see. The illusion of distance. Most people think success works like this. First you grind, then you get results, then you finally feel like the person you want to be. But the cruel truth is this: if you don't already see yourself as that person, you'll never get there. Why? Because you act from who you believe you are. And if deep down you believe you are not there yet, you will act as someone who isn't there yet. And your life will echo that belief endlessly. This is why Earl Nightingale said, "Picture yourself in your mind's eye as having already achieved this goal. See yourself doing the things you'll be doing when you've reached your goal." It's not fantasy, it's identity. Ethan's story, running towards shadows. Ethan is 38, works in finance, wears expensive suits, drives a car that screams success, but every night he feels like a fraud. On the outside, he looks like he's winning. On the inside, he's suffocating because he doesn't believe he belongs in the life he's trying so hard to build. He works late nights, chases promotion after promotion, adds zero after zero to his paycheck. But when he lies in bed at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, his thoughts betray him. "I'm not the kind of man who deserves real wealth. I'm still the broke kid who grew up with nothing, so no matter how much money flows in, it flows out just as fast. No matter how many deals he closes, they don't fill the void." Why? Because Ethan never pictured himself as wealthy in his mind's eye. He pictured himself as a man chasing wealth, and the mind is a perfect servant. It delivered exactly what he believed. Maya's story. Love always out of reach. Maya is 29, bright, beautiful, ambitious. She has friends, a career, a future, but one area of her life feels like a curse: love. She dates, she hopes, she waits, and every time it ends the same: rejection, abandonment, loneliness. Deep down, she doesn't see herself as the woman who is already loved. She sees herself as the woman who is always waiting, always proving, always hoping to be chosen. So she attracts exactly that: partners who mirror her own belief that she is not yet enough. Maya is not cursed. She is not unworthy. She is simply blind to the vision of herself as already loved, already radiant, already chosen. And because she cannot see it, she cannot live it. The loop of the blind. Do you see the pattern? Ethan chases wealth, but sees himself as poor. Maya chases love, but sees herself as unworthy. And maybe you, yes you, chase freedom, or purpose, or respect, but still see yourself as the one who doesn't have it. The result? You live in a loop, a treadmill that runs but never moves. You push harder, sweat more, scream louder, but the finish line never comes, because in your mind's eye you are still running. You are never there. The cost of blindness. This blindness costs more than frustration. It costs your life. Think of the time wasted. Years spent grinding in jobs you hate because you can't see yourself beyond them. Relationships clung to because you can't picture yourself worthy of better. Dreams abandoned because you can't imagine yourself capable of achieving them. It costs your energy, the sleepless nights, the restless days, the nervous scrolling through feeds of people who made it, while you sink deeper into doubt. It costs your identity. You begin to define yourself not by what you could be, but by what you haven't become. And slowly the dream dies, not because it was impossible, but because you never dared to see it as already yours. The mirror that lies. Here's the cruel trick. The world mirrors your vision back to you. If you see yourself as broke, the world will deliver bills. If you see yourself as lonely, the world will deliver rejection. If you see yourself as weak, the world will deliver obstacles. The mirror doesn't lie. It reflects what you already project. This is why most people stay trapped. They look in the mirror, see failure, and wait for success to change the reflection. But it never works that way. The reflection changes only when the vision changes first. The pain of the ordinary world. This is the ordinary world of the hero's journey. The world of blindness, of chasing, of frustration. The world where you believe goals are somewhere out there, far away, waiting for you to arrive. It is a world of anxiety, a world of noise, a world where dreams feel like burdens and tomorrow feels like a prison. It is the world you know too well, and that world will keep you until your last breath, unless you choose differently. The crack in the illusion. But every hero's story begins with a crack in the illusion, a moment when the blindness flickers, a whisper that says, "There must be another way." For Ethan, it was the night he looked at his bank account, saw 6 figures, and still felt broke. For Maya, it was the evening she cried on her bathroom floor and realized she was exhausted from begging to be chosen. For you, maybe it's this moment, watching, listening, feeling the truth burn inside your chest. I can't keep living blind. I must learn to see myself differently. The seed of vision. That flicker, that whisper, that's the seed of vision. Earl Nightingale's voice echoes through the ages. Picture yourself in your mind's eye as having already achieved this goal. Not one day, not someday, now. Because vision is not fantasy. It is the blueprint. It is the identity. It is the magnet. And until you hold that picture in your mind's eye, your life will keep echoing blindness, the threshold of the journey. This is where you stand now, at the threshold of the journey. The old world of blindness behind you, the new world of vision ahead of you. But the choice is yours. Stay blind and you will keep running. Dare to see and you will finally walk toward what is already yours. The door is open, the call has been given. The question is, will you step through? The power of the mind's eye. Earl Nightingale once said, "Picture yourself in your mind's eye as having already achieved this goal. See yourself doing the things you'll be doing when you've reached your goal." This is not daydreaming. This is not fantasy. This is the blueprint of destiny, because your subconscious does not argue. It does not reason. It accepts the picture you give it. And then it works night and day to make that picture real. If you feed it blindness, it will create blindness. If you feed it scarcity, it will create scarcity. But if you feed it vision, clear, bold, specific, your subconscious becomes an unstoppable engine. The call to vision is the call to take control of the picture you allow to live inside your mind. Ethan's first glimpse. One night, Ethan, the man who always chased money, sat in silence. No screens, no spreadsheets, just silence. And for the first time, he dared to imagine not another bill, not another late-night hustle, but himself already free. He pictured walking into a meeting with confidence. He pictured checking his bank account and smiling, not with relief, but with calm certainty. He pictured himself generous, abundant, secure. At first, his mind resisted. This isn't real. This is fake. But he held the picture anyway, and something shifted. For the first time in years, his chest felt lighter. He was still the same man in the same room, but in his mind's eye, he was different. And that difference was the seed of change. Maya's awakening. Maya, the woman who always begged for love, tried something new. She sat before the mirror, and instead of searching for flaws, she pictured herself as already loved. She imagined walking with someone's hand in hers. She imagined laughter around the dinner table. She imagined her heart so full that rejection no longer defined her. And as she held that picture, tears streamed down her face, not of pain, but of relief. For the first time, she saw herself as worthy. And in that moment, her vision shifted. The world outside was unchanged, but the world inside had turned. The mechanism of vision. Why does this work? Because your mind is the control tower of your life. Every action you take, every word you speak, every risk you attempt flows from the picture you hold of yourself. If you see yourself as weak, you will act weak. If you see yourself as poor, you will make choices from scarcity. If you see yourself as unloved, you will sabotage connection. But when you see yourself as strong, wealthy, loved, you begin to act differently, and those actions create new results. The vision comes first. The reality follows. This is the law of becoming. The world's great mistake. Most people wait. They wait for results to justify vision. They wait for success to feel successful. They wait for love to feel loved. And so they wait forever. Because life does not give you what you wish for. It gives you who you believe you are. This is the world's great mistake, confusing the order, believing that outer achievement will create inner identity, when in truth, inner identity always creates outer achievement. That is why Earl Nightingale called vision the starting point of all success, the call to you. So here you are, listening, watching, perhaps doubting, perhaps restless. And yet deep down, you feel it. The truth of this principle is stirring inside you, because you know what you've been doing hasn't worked. You know the chasing hasn't brought peace. You know the blindness has only drained you. So now comes the call, not to run harder, not to wish louder, not to beg longer. The call is to see, to close your eyes and picture yourself vividly, already there, already wealthy, already loved, already strong, already free. To see it so clearly that your body feels it, to hold it so firmly that your actions begin to align with it. This is your invitation to a new life. The fear of vision. But let's be honest, vision is frightening. Because when you dare to see yourself as more, you must admit you are not yet living as that person. When you dare to picture freedom, you must face the chains you've accepted. When you dare to imagine love, you must face the loneliness you've carried. Vision confronts you, it exposes you. And that is why most people refuse it. They would rather live blind than risk the discomfort of seeing more. But you are still here. You are not most people. Your presence in this moment proves you are ready to face the fear of vision. The promise of vision. And here is the promise. Once you hold the vision, the universe conspires to meet it. Your subconscious begins to reorganize. Your choices shift. Your energy changes, people notice, doors open, not because of luck, not because of chance, but because you became the kind of person who belongs in that reality. The picture you hold becomes the life you live, the threshold ahead. But be warned, the call to vision is only the beginning. Ethan still must fight his old scarcity mindset. Maya still must resist the urge to chase love, and you will still hear the voice of doubt, telling you the vision is silly, unrealistic, impossible. That is the threshold you now face. The question is, will you keep the picture alive long enough to see it manifest? Because the vision will demand trials. It will demand persistence. It will demand courage. But if you answer the call, if you hold the picture, the rest of your life will never be the same. The moment you dare to hold a vision, the world will test it. It's as if life asks, do you really believe? Or are these just pretty pictures in your head? And suddenly, the trials begin. Trial 1, the whisper of doubt. Ethan sits with his journal writing, I am wealthy, I am secure, I am free. But as the words hit the page, his mind whispers back, liar, look at your bills, look at your debts, look at your past. This is the first trial, the whisper of doubt. Every vision begins fragile. It is a newborn, delicate, unsteady. And the old self, the one you've lived with for years, will fight to survive. It will use your past as a weapon. It will use your failures as evidence. It will whisper that nothing can change. Most people quit here. They let the whisper win. They abandon the vision before it can root. But those who persist, those who keep holding the picture despite the whisper, begin to notice something. The voice grows weaker, the picture grows stronger. The mind cannot serve two masters. Eventually, it bends to the one you feed most. Trial 2. The gravity of old habits. Maya closes her eyes each night, imagining herself loved, worthy, radiant. She feels it for a moment, until her phone buzzes. Another message unanswered. Another sting of rejection. Her old habit calls. Text again. Beg again. Prove again. This is the second trial. The gravity of old habits. Your vision may be clear, but your habits are rehearsals of the old self. They pull you back like gravity, insisting, this is who you really are. The only way to break the gravity is repetition. Daily, consistent, deliberate. You must rehearse the new vision until it becomes stronger than the old habit. It feels awkward at first, like learning a new instrument. But slowly, the new becomes natural. The vision begins to shape habit. Trial 3, the world's laughter. And then comes the third trial, the world outside. You tell a friend about your vision. You say, I see myself running my own business, traveling the world, living free. They laugh. Be realistic. You tell your family, I picture myself loved, chosen, whole. They roll their eyes. Stop living in fairy tales. The world loves to mock what it cannot see. And most people cannot see beyond their own blindness. This is why visionaries are called dreamers, until the dream is real. The trial is this: will you let the world's laughter kill your vision, or will you protect it like treasure? Because in time, the same people who laugh will ask you how you did it. Trial 4, the weight of time. Perhaps the hardest trial of all, waiting. You hold the vision, you rehearse it, you live as though it is true, and yet weeks pass, months pass, maybe even years, and the world looks unchanged. This is where most quit. They mistake delay for denial. But here is the truth. Time is not the enemy. Time is the servant. The picture you hold is like a seed. It takes time for roots to grow, for soil to shift, for shoots to rise. The fact that you don't see progress does not mean it isn't happening. The trial is faith. Can you keep the picture alive even when the outer world has not caught up yet? Strategies of the hero. So how do you survive these trials? How do you keep the vision alive when doubt whispers, habits pull, the world laughs, and time delays? Earl Nightingale taught simple but profound strategies. 1. Daily visualization. Close your eyes and see yourself already there. Not vaguely, but in detail. Where are you? What do you wear? What do you feel? The more vivid, the stronger the imprint. 2. Emotion as fuel. Don't just see it, feel it. Let your body experience the joy, the calm, the gratitude of already being. Emotion cements vision deeper than words. 3. Environment matters. Surround yourself with reminders. Pictures, notes, mentors, communities that reflect your new identity. If your environment screams old self, your vision will suffocate. 4. Speak it. Words have power. Speak your vision aloud daily. The subconscious listens to repetition. 5. Small actions now. Live pieces of your vision today. If your goal is wealth, practice generosity. If it's love, practice self-respect. If it's freedom, practice sovereignty. Align action with vision. 6. Guard against negativity. Protect your vision like a flame in the wind. Avoid people, content, and conversations that mock or diminish it. Ethan's breakthrough. Ethan practices. Each morning, he pictures himself calm, abundant, secure. At work, instead of panicking at bills, he breathes, "I am wealthy already." He begins to notice opportunities he once ignored. He invests in learning instead of drowning in fear. It doesn't happen overnight, but slowly his choices shift, and his reality follows. Maya's breakthrough. Maya resists the urge to beg. Each night, she pictures herself radiant, chosen, loved. When the phone buzzes, she pauses. She asks, "What would the loved version of me do?" And she acts from that picture. She sets boundaries. She invests in herself. She radiates differently. Soon, people respond differently, not because the world changed first, but because she did. Your breakthrough. And you, yes, you, will face the same trials. Doubt will whisper, habits will pull, the world will laugh, time will weigh heavy. But if you keep the picture alive, if you protect it, rehearse it, feed it, you will discover something astonishing. The vision begins to feel more real than the old self. The someday becomes today, and slowly your outer life bends to match the inner picture. This is the secret Earl Nightingale handed down. This is the call you must answer. The edge of transformation. But remember, every trial prepares you for the climax. Ethan and Maya are changing, but their stories are not finished. You are changing, but your story is not finished. The vision is alive, but the greatest transformation is yet to come. Because when you master the trials, when you hold the vision through doubt, habit, laughter, and time, you don't just see yourself differently, you become different. And that is the climax of every hero's journey. Every story has a climax, every hero a moment of truth. And here you stand, at the summit of the journey, at the edge of transformation. You began this path restless, tired, blind. You chased goals that ran faster than your steps. You wore yourself out trying to reach what always seemed far away. But somewhere along the road, something changed. You closed your eyes. You dared to picture yourself differently. You saw, in the quiet of your mind's eye, a version of you already living the life you longed for, and that picture became your compass. The fire of vision. At first, it was fragile. Doubt whispered. Habits pulled. The world laughed. Time dragged. But you refused to let the picture die. You rehearsed it. You felt it. You lived pieces of it before the evidence appeared. And slowly, the vision grew stronger than the old identity. Ethan, once chained to scarcity, now carries himself with the calm of wealth. Maya, once desperate for love, now walks radiant, already chosen. And you, yes you, have begun to feel it too. The fire of vision has burned away the blindness, the shift of identity. This is the climax, not the arrival of outer results, but the shift of inner identity. Because here is the paradox. Once you are the person who lives the goal itself is inevitable. You no longer ask, "Will I make it?" You know you already have. You no longer plead, "Will I be loved?" You feel love flowing through you now. You no longer chase, "Will I be free?" You breathe freedom in every choice you make. This is not pretending. This is becoming. And once you become, reality has no choice but to align. The moment of power. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself again, already there, not someday, not later, but now. See yourself walking into the office with confidence. See yourself at the dinner table with laughter filling the room. See yourself waking up in the home you once dreamed of, breathing peace instead of panic. Feel it, smell it, live it in your imagination so vividly that your body cannot tell the difference, because this is the moment of power. The outer world is just a delayed mirror, but the inner world, the vision, changes instantly, and when the inner changes, the outer must follow. The hero's return. This is the return of the hero, not with treasure in hand, but with treasure in heart. You are no longer the chaser. You are no longer the blind. You are no longer the one waiting for proof before believing. You are the one who sees. You are the one who believes first. You are the one who carries the vision as identity. And from this identity, everything else flows. Wealth is not pursued, it is expressed. Love is not begged for, it is radiated. Freedom is not granted, it is claimed. This is the crown of the journey, wholeness within before evidence without. The challenge forward. But let me be clear, the story doesn't end here. The trials will return. Doubt will whisper. Old habits will tempt. The world will laugh again. The difference is this. Now you know. Now you have seen. Now you carry the fire of vision. And once you have seen, you cannot go back to blindness. Your task now is simple but profound. Keep the picture alive. Guard it. Nurture it. Live it daily, because what you picture consistently, you will become inevitably. The benediction of vision. Earl Nightingale once said, "We become what we think about." And now you understand the depth of that truth, because you have felt it, you have seen it, you have lived it, if only in the imagination for now, and that is enough. So here is the benediction I leave with you. You are not waiting for success. You are success in motion. You are not waiting for love. You are love embodied. You are not waiting for freedom. You are freedom expressed. Hold this vision, live this vision, protect this vision, and your life will not be able to resist becoming it. This is the climax of your story, not the end, but the beginning of a new one. If you are still here, you've done something extraordinary. Most people drift away when truth gets uncomfortable. Most people turn off when the work of vision feels too heavy. But you didn't. You stayed. You carried the picture all the way to the end. And that proves something. The vision is already alive in you. Now it's time to seal it, not with thoughts alone, but with action. Because the subconscious remembers what you do. So here is your first ritual as the person who already lives the goal. Press like right now, not for me, but as a declaration to yourself. I choose to see myself already there. Click subscribe, because becoming is not a single moment. It is a daily practice. This channel will keep reminding you, guiding you, and walking with you as you strengthen the vision. And in the comments, I want you to write these exact words. I live my vision now. When you write it, don't just type. Feel it. Say it in your mind. Let it sink into your subconscious, because when you inscribe it, you're not just leaving a comment, you're impressing the vision deeper into your identity. Remember, the world gives you not what you wish, but who you are. And today, by this ritual, you have chosen who you are. The vision is yours. The journey is yours. The new life begins now.